We know that 9 people have actually regained freedom, but 11 victims still remain in captivity after the Edo Train Attack on 7th of July. These kidnappers have demanded 620 million naira ransom. Do you in any way feel disappointed rather?
I am very disappointed that we allowed that to happen.
Could you hear me?
In the first place. The train stations, the terminal buildings naturally should be protected. If they cannot get onto trains and do the kind of thing that they did in March last year, March 28th, last year, my birthday, they can go and wait at the train station, at the terminal, to pick up people. We should have known. We should have known that that was possible. And we should have protected that place, protected that whole area, so that passengers don't get kidnapped before they even board the train. And that is what happened, you know. And this is a clear lesson to us that in other places, they could still carry out the same thing. In other train stations, they could still carry out the same kind of attack. Talking about Kaduna, talking about Lagos, talking about Ibadan. All of these places where we have train terminals, we have to protect them, protect those areas, ensure that passengers waiting to board trains are safe. You know, so we've got to do that. Keep them safe, keep the passengers safe. Now, what we are hearing is that that same area, even after that attack, they have kidnapped a former House of Assembly member. They have kidnapped the president of a customary court who was going to work in Igweben local government. They kidnapped her. So how come they still have the guts, after carrying out this daring attack, to kidnap other people on different days? I would have expected that security would have been tightened in that whole area to ensure that we stop them. It is better to stop kidnapping from happening, because it's extremely risky to rescue the abductees from kidnappers. It's extremely risky. Sometimes in the crossfire, they could die in the crossfire. So, and we don't want to see that. So the best thing is to prevent this from happening. I have to give credit to the governor of Edo State. The moment this thing happened, he jumped in along with his security advisors, and hunters, vigilante, and other security operatives have been deployed to comb the bushes and forests in that area. And that is why we are seeing people being rescued. The governor mandated the deputy governor, Philip Shaibu, to coordinate the rescue of these people. And it is significant that people have been rescued. It's not in all cases that this sort of thing happens and we're able to rescue these people. So, but we've seen people rescued because of the efforts of the hunters and vigilantes. And that also reinforces our argument that ultimately this central policing system in our country will not do us any good. We've got to find a way to bring in state police or upgrade community policing beyond the points, beyond the level at which we are using them. I think we are using community policing, to police our communities. I'm sure that if we adopt state police, we will reduce incidence of crime to the barest minimum. The police are stretched. The armed forces generally, they are stretched. We've got to look within to find the solution to rampant insecurity in our country.
Right. Let me take one or two comments here. Tony Goodman says, truth is that the country is at the mercy of kidnappers. And Mwabogo Agunye says, article, no, that we've actually moved on from there. Olatunji Atonda says, the judiciary needs to come hard on suspects on kidnapping. The government needs to send strong signals through the judiciary. Does that make sense, BKO?
Even the judiciary itself is overstretched. There are so many cases before the courts. There are so many cases before the courts. That is why it appears that the will of justice grinds slowly in our country. We have to find a way to quicken the dispensation of justice in our country. We've got to find a way. There are many of these guys who are just detained indefinitely. Their cases don't come up in good time. They are detained for years, So what we want to see is people made to pay for their sins and made to pay in very quick time. That is a way to send a clear message to other criminals that, look, you are not going to escape justice, and justice will be swift. But if justice is slow, if it is not swift, it looks like there's no justice at all. Many people would have even forgotten that such a thing happened. And it encourages criminals to continue to carry out their nefarious activities. I get his point that, look, the judiciary has a role to play. People ask the question, how many people have you seen that were jailed, this and that, this and that? The judiciary is trying, but I believe that we need to find a quicker way of dispensing justice in our country. That will really help us to make everyone sit up.